What's good, YouTube? It's KB with Just Do Boxing back with another video. And today, we got an interesting fight at 140 pounds, scheduled to take place February 5th of this year. We got Jose Sniper Pedraza versus Jose Ramirez. Should be a hell of a fight, Pedraza, 32 years old, 5'8", 70.5-inch reach. He's 29-3, 14 KOs, orthodox fighter. You got Jose Ramirez, 29 years old, 5'10", 72-inch reach. And, let's get into a little bit of Pedraza fight history. Pedraza coming off a 8th round TKO victory over previously unbeaten Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez. And the fight was stopped on his stool because, Rodriguez, informed his corner that he couldn't see out of his right eye. And, the fight was pretty much stopped right then and there on the stool at the end of the 8th. I noticed his eyes started swelling in about this second or third round. And, Pedraza repeatedly landed jabs throughout the night, straight lefts and rights. It's almost as if he targeted that eye, especially when he seen that he started damaging it so early. So
they just stopped the fight.
The fight smashed his eye up. Rodriguez, he was competitive. Definitely competitive. He fought back. He fought back like a young, hungry, undefeated fighter. I didn't expect him to give up. But he was outboxed. I think Pedraza's in and out movement made it difficult for Rodriguez. He couldn't really get a rhythm. He kept him off balance with his jab, constantly kept that jab in his face. And he also went to that young boy's body very well. And I think from round 3 on, once the swelling started, like I say, he was competitive, but he wasn't able to separate from Pedraza. He may have won a couple rounds out of that 8. And he was competitive through all 8. But like I said, it was Pedraza, his jerky in and out movement seemed to keep Rodriguez off balance. He wasn't able to, land his power shots like he wanted to because he had a moving target, and it seemed to give him big problem. And that mixed with, his eyes swelling considerably worse and worse as the rounds went on. That couldn't have been a good thing. Rodriguez, he was only able to land single shots, combinations here or there, but they were just ineffective. It was nothing to really, trouble Pedraza. He pretty much fought at his pace. He controlled the pace and the range in which he wanted to fight. So all in all, I feel like he took Julian Rodriguez to school. And so it's a loss the young boy could come back from. Better him stop on the stool and save his eye than go out there and then something worse happen to where the injury is career threatening. So, I won't criticize him too much for stopping. If he couldn't see, we don't know what was in his head. The swelling did look really bad. It was a fight that was competitive, but if you can't see, it's just a matter of time before you end up getting hurt even worse or knocked out. So, and with that win, Pedraza, that fight took place back in June 12th of 2021. And, Pedraza is pretty much riding a 3-fight win streak since losing a unanimous decision to Jose Cepeda back on September 14th of 2019. So since 2019, he hasn't lost, and he's looked good in his fight since then. Jose Ramirez, on the other hand, is a great young fighter. He coming off a unanimous decision loss against, newly crowned, undefeated, undisputed 140-pound champion Josh Taylor in a fight that just showcased 2 unified champions, putting not just their undefeated records on the line, but their titles as well. So I think it was a great fight all the way through. It was competitive all the way through for the entire fight. I believe Ramirez slightly buzzed Taylor early in the fight, and he had to weather a little storm, in which he did. But I felt like the fight significantly changed in the 6th round when Josh Taylor, he caught Ramirez with a left hand, that sent him to the canvas with seconds left in the 6th round. And big credit to Ramirez for getting up and finishing the round because he definitely was hurt. He was badly hurt, in my opinion. You could see it, but he responded like a champion. But then again, in the seventh round, you know, Josh Taylor was able to catch him again with a tight, short left hook, that put him flat on his back pockets with like 30 seconds to go, so he dropped Ramirez. And I think the second knockdown was even worse than the first one. And I truly think that Ramirez never recovered from the first knockdown. You know what I'm saying? And lucky for him, was, well over the first knockdown was well over 2 minutes left. So lucky for him that he didn't get stopped then. And like I say, he fought like a champion. He made it to the seventh, but was dropped again. And it was about 30 seconds left in the round seven. He was a well-timed, picture-perfect left uppercut. And again, Ramirez was hurt bad. But again, he got up. He showed a ton of heart by finishing the fight on his feet. Big salute to Jose Ramirez and much respect to Josh Taylor for a great performance, showcasing why he's a top dog and why he deserved to be undisputed. I think a fight between Ramirez and Pedraza will be entertaining. It will be entertaining. It's going to be an entertaining fight. It's a good matchup on paper. It's kind of even. I would give the slight edge to Ramirez because he's younger, of course, less wars, even though he just came off a tough fight against Josh Taylor. But like I said, it's only one loss, whereas you've seen Pedraza knocked out bad by Gervonta Davis. And, he took a couple losses since then as well. He fought Lomachenko, so he has a little more wear and tear, obviously, on him than Jose Ramirez. So I get a slight edge, to Ramirez. But you got a classic style matchup. You got your pressure fighter in Ramirez. I like to come forward, break his guy down, and get him out of there with his pressure and work rate. And you got Pedraza, more of a pure boxer that likes to move a lot and set up his shots behind his jab. He has a weird style, irky jerky, like I said, in and out. And he could be unpredictable at times. So I think it's going to be interesting to see the approach Ramirez and his team take, how they're going to approach Pedraza come fight night. I think it's an interesting style matchup. And then I think whoever wins the first quarter of the fight, in my opinion, is who's going to win the entire fight. I think if Ramirez allows Pedraza to get comfortable and fight at his pace, I could see Pedraza edging him out, winning a close fight. But if Ramirez is able to put that pressure on, like he's known to do, and pretty much all of his fights, if he's able to put the pressure on Pedraza and cut the ring off and land some heavy shots, I could potentially see a stoppage. I definitely feel as though Ramirez has the power to knock out Pedraza, but he credit to him, he hasn't been knocked out since Gervonta Davis. That's the only fighter that's been able to stop Pedraza. So I think that style matchup is definitely going to be interesting to see. It's gonna be a little test for Ramirez. As far as Pedraza, when he has his legs and he's moving, he's going to present some issues for Ramirez. I could see it being a little tough for him to land some of his shots until he get his timing and things like that, together. And once he figures out the range he wants to fight at, I could see him doing some real damage because he goes to the body well as well. And, Ramirez has a high work rate, you know what I mean? And he showed a lot of heart. Pedraza's not a known puncher, but I think he has decent, respectable power. But, the obvious power edge goes to Ramirez. So it's going to be interesting and entertaining to see if he'd be able to knock Pedraza out or will go the distance. I think the longer the fight goes, naturally I would somewhat favor the pure boxer depending on what shape he comes in. But, if Ramirez is able to put that pressure on him early, Pedraza is going to have a tough night. He's going to have a hard time dealing with Ramirez because that kid, he don't stop coming forward. He co- I mean, the kid just don't stop coming. Like, he has a high motor, high work rate, and a big, one of the biggest hearts in boxing. So Pedraza want to slow Ramirez down and his pressure down. He gonna have to give him something to respect. So he gonna have to keep that jab in his face as well, and make sure he don't fall asleep in that ring. He gonna have to be switched on for the entire fight, because if he lose focus, he could find himself getting knocked out. And we all know Jose Ramirez can punch. So that's my thoughts on the fight. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this fight. Do y'all like the fight? If not, and who y'all got winning? And as always, you get in the comment section and y'all let me know if I gave Jose Sniper Pedraza and Jose Ramirez their just due, because that's what I like to do over here. Just do boxing. Got to give them credit where it's due. So until the next one, I'm out. Peace.